What's up YouTube, Dale here for Wargames. We're here with Donald, and Donald is bringing us a Relinquished deck with brand new support from legendary duelist Ancient Millennials. So without any ado, Donald, take it away.
Thank you. So this is the Shy Pianist, or Donald for Wargames, and as you can see, we can finally put Relinquish alongside with Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes. Finally, we have support for the Relinquished deck. And yeah, all we really need now is an actual like Clash of Rebellion or Shining Victories or even a Dark Illusion for Relinquish for the entire deck itself. So it's really nostalgic to see all of these decks together now, as many of you will know them by. But let's get straight into the deck profile. So I've been testing this, and you already play straight off triple Relinquish. This is your main boss monster in the main deck. Enough said, really. If you haven't known what Relinquish does, it's a long wall of text to read on the, for a monster that's come out pretty early in the game. Next we play Triple Manager of the 10,000 Hands. This is to just grab you the Relinquish or the Black Illusion Ritual. And then into the new support, we play Triple Millennium Eyes Illusionist. This allows you to then discard itself to equip opponent's monster, effect monster, to one of your Relinquish or a fusion restrict monsters. And if one of them is special summon or discards in your grave, you must add this back to the hand, which to be fair is really nice to have anyway. Next, we have Triple Illusionist Faceless Magician. This special summons itself from the hand or grave if a either strict fusion monster or Relinquish monster you control is destroyed by battle card effect. And if this is sent to your graveyard from the field to the graveyard, you can target one Eyes Restrict Fusion monster or Relinquish in your graveyard and special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn, but this allows you to essentially float your Relinquished monsters and restrict monsters back again. Next, we have, for this build, I play your Kaijus. I play the one Gamma Steel, one Kumongus, one Gandara, one Doggerun, one Thunder King, and one Jizukuru. Namely because the idea of this is kind of like with Radial Kaijus, where you put your Kaijus to your opponent's side of the field and then steal it back, essentially allowing you to not only get rid of board threats and then buffing up your Relinquished monster with a seemingly good amount of attack. Ooh, the camera just buffed. Sign. But yes, you play the Kaijus in my build. This build is made for fun. But yeah, at the moment we do need more main monsters for Relinquish. Onto the spells, you play the one Monster Reborn, the one Raigeki, and the one Dark Hole. This is detail for your board wipes, and it's just generic, all good staple cards to have in the deck. Next, with the Kaijus, you play the one Interrupt the Kaiju Slumber because you really can abuse this a lot. Next, for the new spell, we have Triple Relinquished Fusion. It's a quick play spell allowing you to fusion summon for your Relinquished Eyes Restrict monsters, and you can banish this card from your graveyard to then equip one effect monster your opponent controls to one of your fusion as if it was equipped by its own effect. So ideally, note that Relinquish and the Thousand Eyes Restrict can only be equipped once at a time, but the new Eyes Restrict monster allows you to equip multiple monsters at the same time. So this is how you really ought to play it with this. And next we have your Triple Pre-Prep of Rites, allowing you to grab your Black Illusion Ritual and Relinquished from your deck to hand. Your Triple Pre-Preparation of Rites allow basically more searching of Relinquished and then adding back your Black Illusion Ritual. And here is the Black Illusion Ritual has to be your SDP Black Illusion Rituals alongside your SDP Relinquished. Definitely must have it free if you're. This is the goal of making Relinquish the main deck monster. Next, I played the two Twin Twisters. This is so you can get rid of back row threats, and if in the odd situation, you can destroy your own equip cards to then re-equip. I was considering putting Tsukiyomi as a pay tribute to GOAT format with flipping your restrict face down and flipping it face up again, but I will generally cover a bit of a tech just after the deck profile. And for the traps, I played the Solemn Brigade. As I've noticed when testing, you do not have a turn 1 play, so you do need traps to stop your opponent from playing so that you can stall out or keep going from there. You can put like stuff like Quaking Mirror Forces and Storming, just so that you can then protect your relinquished monsters later on in the game. For the extra deck, you gotta have triple Thousand Eyes Restrict. Which put that there. Triple Eyes and Thousand Restrict. You can use this alongside with Instant Fusion, just to play it out effectively. You go with triple Millennium Eyes Restrict. This is so that if you wish to do actually put Instant Fusion, which I did try, but what I've noticed is that if you clog out the fusion extra deck zone, you can't fusion summon out because you do need a relinquish in your slot. So in the odd situation, if you don't have relinquish, then yeah, you go without instant fusion. But yeah, so you play triple with minimize restrict. It allows you to essentially negate monsters and prevent them from attacking, and multiple equip and gain the attack. For the rest of the deck, I do play sort of generic XYZs because you got Manjus and give you essentially a rank for Toolbox Engine, going for your normal 41, your 39 Utopia Package, Cowboy for Game, Dark Rebellion for Power, Castell for Spot Removal, and Tornado Dragon for Back Row Removal. So that really is the deck. So I've brought with me some text that you can use. Ritual Cage, basically protecting your relinquished from targeted by opponent's monster effects. Quaking Mirror Force can also be Storming. Basically, I go with Quaking so you can flip your opponent's monsters face down, and Restrict can Thousand Eyes Restrict can then steal them and go from there. Go with, I suggested Mystic Tomato. This is so that you can go into your Illusionist Faceless Magician a bit more effectively rather than having to draw it. Secret Village for, you know, if you can get a relinquished on the field and either of the fusion monsters, you can just play this and stop your opponent's spells. And basically, hand traps, Ghost Ogres, that can be easily replaced, the traps or whatever you so wish to. As mentioned before, Instant Fusion, so I was going to play this in testing. I did, but it didn't work out so well for me as well. And the last but not least, the Gargoyle Shields is also additional tech where, because the Relinquished deck does not have protection, this provides that extra layer on top. So that's it for the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed the deck, and as we can just get a place out or
thumbnail of everything.
Thumbnail of that. So that's really it to it. Any other suggestions I would say is you don't really have to play this at free. I do because it's just for fun, and you can find yourself wanting to go into the third one at times, but playing it 2 is probably the best if you're playing free of the fusion. And restricted is also if you can play instant fusion in your deck build. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and as always guys, happy dueling!
What's up YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button, and of course don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round, so don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always guys, happy dueling.